So I'm working on this end where the swinging door is going to be, and I just cut 2 2x4s to length. I got a 2x2 on the top and the bottom, 5.5 inches long, so it goes to just a little past halfway on the 2x4, and went ahead and fastened it in from the top, and then just screws every few inches along the way to screw that in good and solid, and then a couple down here. Alright, got this thing finished. Now I'm just going to get it into place. Alright, it's in place. Now let's get some holes drilled and we'll get some screws put in it. So I've got the 7-inch section of the OSB board cut that's going to go right here. We'll cut another one and fasten it over here, and then we'll cut one for the door in between. Before we fasten this up here though, I want to mark all the positions where my screws are fastening the 2x4s together, so I'll make sure when I drive my screws in to fasten the OSB board that I put them in a different place. That'll keep me from driving a screw into another screw. Alright, as you can see, I went ahead and put the walls on first before doing the door. Got it set down here. What I found when measuring for the door is that I was actually about a 1/2 inch wider at the top than I was at the bottom, and that was strictly because of the walls not being connected. And so what I ended up having to do is, it's not ideal, but I went ahead and put the top bars back off both sides, went ahead and cut one to go all the way across, and that solved that problem. So now I'm good and level on both sides all the way across, so I'll be able to measure out the door. It just means that when we get ready to go inside to clean it out, we'll have to, go underneath this bar, which is not that big of a deal. So anyways, keep going. Cut that to 44 inches, and this side here is where we're going to put our hinges. So I wanted it to run the length of the board. And here I just got a piece of 2x4 scrap, and I'm just going to put on this side, and that's where our latch is going to be. So I don't have too much weight on this side of the door. I just went ahead and put the smaller piece here, and I didn't measure anything. I just had a piece of scrap that I had left over and just used that, and got some good screws in there, and the latch will go right here. So I just used a couple of pieces of scrap 2x2 and just put one here and here, just as a brace again for the door to go against. Get this guy set into place. So come back along here in just a second. We'll get the hinges put on and then a latch, and we'll see how well it works. So I'm fixing to try to get the door set in place so I can go ahead and attach it to the hinges. And I've just got a couple of small little tractor pins here. You can use bolts or whatever you got. These I just went over to a jar and had these in there. And I'm going to set them on the floor here just to give the door a little bit of lift and create just a little bit of clearance. All right, now we've got a door. Now we just need a latch for it. I got the latch put on, just a simple carabiner, just to keep it latched, and open it up, and then we'll have access to the inside. I've got a couple more modifications to make to it that we'll do in a different video. I'm going to build them some roost bars later on once they get ready to be able to roost up and get up off the ground. And then I'm going to cut some windows in it and put some wire mesh on it so that when we take it down to the shed, they'll be able to have some airflow in here at night and everything. I'm not worried about that right now while the top is open, because we're just going to leave it sitting here in place right where it is here in the garage, and bring them out here and put them in it. And then the last thing is to take this extra piece of plywood that I have right here, and we're going to put some handles on it, and that's going to be the lift-off roof. And the idea is we'll leave it open here in the garage. We get ready to take them down. We'll just be able to set the roof in place and take it down there, and they'll be secure in there at night. So. Alright guys, well, that's going to wrap this video up. We've got as much completed as I'm going to put in here. We've got pretty long run time already. I don't know what it'll end up being after editing, but I'm sure it's going to be pretty long. We'll take care of getting the roost bars and the windows and the top of it in another video. I'm also going to get another video where we're going to get the chicks in here. I'm fixing to take the bedding and spread it out in here and get them all moved to get the brooder lamps in place, and we'll have that in another video as well. So stay tuned, give us a subscribe to the channel, like the video if you found this useful, and talk to you guys later.